You're watching Spook Proof.
Hi, welcome to a new episode of Spook Proof. My name is Aaron Holzback.
And I'm Aaron Whaley.
Recently, we've been getting a lot of emails from the fans regarding the possibility of the existence of the undead, more commonly known as zombies.
So in this special episode of Spook Proof, we plan to see if we can prove the existence of zombies.
We'll answer a few questions about the undead, and by the end of the show, we'll have defined what it really means to be a zombie. So what is a zombie, you ask? A zombie is typically defined as a human host that's been infected with the Solanum virus. The virus infects the human host, killing it, after which the body undergoes a rapid transformation and reanimation, which makes it seem as though the body's risen from the dead.
The symptoms of the Solanum virus include death, a drive to eat human flesh, a pale complexion due to a lack of blood flow, and the textbook zombie shuffle.
There is a shot specifically developed to cure the Solanum virus, but we'll discuss that later on in detail.
So unless you've been living under a rock for the past 50 years or so, you've probably seen a depiction of zombies on television or in film.
Now, the four main questions we get about zombies are: can they burst out of the graves like they do in the movies? Can they run? Do they maintain their 5 basic senses? And what is the most effective way to kill a zombie?
As you can see, we're currently in a cemetery. Now, movies have shown that when zombies attack, they can burst from the ground and, unquote, rise from the dead.
Now, that's not how it works. A Solanum infection causes rapid muscle atrophy and accelerated body decomposition. In layman's terms, you would not be able to bust out of your coffin, let alone move hundreds of pounds of dirt afterward.
And if you're lucky enough to be buried in one of those newer graves, your casket is entombed in a concrete case before being covered with dirt. That way, it's 3 layers of security, for the environment, of course.
But the most obvious answer to this question is a simple one. Solanum affects only the living. If you're dead, you stay dead. Congrats. But if you're well and among the living, heads up. Solanum is a very real threat.
Now, as we said before, zombies are most recognizable by their trademark shuffle. It's not quite a run, it's not quite a walk, it is the zombie shuffle.
2 factors combine to make the zombie shuffle successful. 1, the infection takes complete control of the host's brain, instilling one main goal: consume flesh.
Or as they say down south, eat brains.
And 2, it creates a massive lack of coordination and deteriorates the muscle at a rapid rate, making any kind of movement essentially impossible.
Now, to answer this question bluntly, zombies can barely walk. There's no way in hell they're going to be running. So you see something running at you and you think it's a zombie? Run faster.
Now, the third question, one of my favorites, regards the senses. Do the eyes still work? What about the nose and the ears? They're important questions to address when trying to escape unrelenting hordes of the undead.
Now, research was conducted in the late 1970s that showed that zombies had an increased sense of hearing and smell, but eyesight fails upon death.
This is why a zombie can't see. Blood vessels in the retina bring nutrients to the retina's nerve cells. Now, the eye's constant vision focus is based on electrical stimulus from the brain. However, the brain cannot work without constant blood flow from the heart. So, in short, you cannot see without a beating heart. That's it.
So escaping from a zombie should be as easy as running away from a blind person, theoretically.
Except this blind person wants to kill you and eat you.
But if your goal is not to run but to survive, you must know how to kill the walking dead. But how do you kill something that is already dead?
Let's head to our workshop and discuss some of those options. This is the Spook Proof workshop, where we call shenanigans on all things paranormal.
Now, we've established that zombies cannot see or run. They're undead but stumbled upon us. Now the question is, how do we safely kill them?
Luckily, we have a sample of the Solanum virus with us. It was pretty hard to acquire, but we nailed it. Our lab assistant, Tyler, is going to demonstrate how the sample is used.
What the hell is that?
Oh, nothing. Don't worry about it.
So the Solanum virus is most commonly transmitted through bite from a zombie. However, a concentrated dose can be inhaled or ingested.
Now, the zombification process, from infection to reanimation, takes on average about 6 hours, depending on your age and size.
Solanum operates by shutting down all the major organs in the body except for a small portion of the brain. The virus then hijacks the motor functions from there.
Now, zombies feel no pain. They don't need to eat, sleep, or breathe. They are, by all means, dead.
We've seen in the movies where the heroes try to spray the bodies full of bullets, but the zombies just keep coming. And that's because the only way to really kill a zombie is one through the brain.
Now, a bullet to the brain is the most effective kill, but unless you have a silenced weapon, you risk alerting other zombies to your presence.
Suitable alternatives to guns include machetes, axes, shovels, screwdrivers, katanas. Basically anything with a blunt edge or blade to smash the head or puncture the brain. Be creative, but be safe. Something like a chainsaw is far too noisy to be used with appropriate stealth and risk contamination without proper protection. Essentially, the more distance between you and the undead, the better.
One of the most common mistakes that people make when combating walkers is the perception that fire is man's best friend. Now, fire will destroy all traces of the virus, but fire takes time.
Now, it's easier than you might think to create a flaming horde of the undead. The trick is, shoot them first, then light them.
Thanks to our clueless assistant Tyler, we will be able to demonstrate how zombies can survive everything but a headshot.
Yeah, it looks like the infection's coming along nicely. Tyler, how you feeling over there?
I think I might be sick.
Cool beans.
When we come back from commercial break, we're going to head outside and test some of our favorite weapons.
Don't go anywhere. We know where you live.
Coming up next.